at this moment, I'm thinking, I have a chance now.
This time on Hot Shots.
KC is just one of those athletes that brings you to that next level.
Max shot a killer run, which is pretty impressive, so I just had to go out there and try to stick with him.
I realized that KC is going to be the man that's going to challenge me the entire way through.
3 of the best shooters on earth. Mic'd up.
You guys got me spooked with those cameras, man.
And behind the scenes. This is total access to shooting's biggest stars. The great ones. The Hot Shots. In Florida, the World Speed Shooting Championship has turned into a race between the 2 most accomplished speed shooters in the world. 3-time champions Michel and Eusebio. The one who comes away with the title will be the first 4-time winner in Steel Challenge history.
KC is just one of those athletes that you look at on the competition range, and he's doing his thing, and he's racing, and he's hitting the targets at a high rate of speed. It brings you to that next level as well.
Head-to-head battles are nothing new for the duo. Max and KC have been competing against each other since they were teammates on the ultra-elite U.S. Army Marksmanship Unit.
Joined the U.S. AMU when I was 18, and he was a sergeant there, and he took me under his wing.
We were teammates for a while, and he actually gave me quite a few pointers on steel shooting, and I gave him quite a few pointers on IPSC shooting.
He taught me quite a bit in shooting, and vice versa. I believe I taught him quite a bit as well.
Looking at it now, I'm his best competition in steel, and he's my best competition in IPSC, so it's one of those things we kind of created our own monsters, and we're fighting against each other.
Stand by!
This time, it's Max getting off to the fast start as he wins the first 2 of Steel Challenge's 8 stages of fire.
Haven't had a decent start in a long time. Finally have a decent start, so we'll just hang in there now.
KC, though, captures the next 2. And then on 5 to go, watches as Max blazes his way to a new world record. Shattering the previous mark by almost half a second.
I just kind of got settled in. I started feeling pretty good, and it went well.
But the record doesn't last long. As KC steps up
Stand by!
and beats it.
Max shot a killer run, which is pretty impressive, so I just had to go out there and coast and try to stick with him.
And I thought I was going to have a little bit of chance to catch the lead on that one, but KC stepped up and he shot just as well. You know, so now things are starting to change. Number 1, KC and I are separating ourselves, and number 2, I realize that KC is going to be the man that's going to challenge me the entire way through.
Hot Shots, presented by Cheaper Than Dirt, is brought to you by Cheaper Than Dirt, America's ultimate shooting sports discounter. Daniel Defense, lighter, stronger, better. Mossberg and the 930 JM Pro Series, the official shotgun of Jerry Michelek. NRA Sports. And by Colt, champion 3-gunner Clint Upchurch shoots the Colt CCR Pro. Clayton Hilliard is one of Daniel Defense's head techies.
Ever since I was a kid, I like to take stuff apart and rebuild it and see how it works, and mechanical stuff just kind of came natural to me.
Clayton has a master's degree in engineering management and is now responsible for the manufacture of Daniel Defense's barrel.
Well, the hammer forging machine creates this blank here from a raw piece of steel. It's completely finished inside. It's got the chamber, bore, rifling, and the great thing about this machine is we can make about 8,000 parts in a row and they'll all be the same.
Such cutting-edge technology costs a lot, several $100,000 per machine. Yet this is a company always investing in the best.
The owner, he's really committed to the business, where a lot of companies, the owner may take that money and buy a yacht, and Marty Daniel buys machines.
Our focus is not on making money for the sake of making money, but on building a company that is the absolute best.
We all feel like we're trying to build the best gun in the world, whether it be for the military or for the average Joe. You know, we want it to be the best that he can buy. It's a really cool job, you know. Most people don't know what they want to be when they're a kid, but I guess I was one of the lucky ones.
For Jerry Michel, the World Speed Shooting Championship marks the end of the busiest competition season of his life. A year spent traveling the world, shooting everything from revolvers to shotgun matches.
Very tough season. I've shot so many different disciplines. I don't think there's a guy out there who shot as many different disciplines as well as I have this year. I keep overloading the plate and I keep chugging it down.
Jerry will finish Steel Challenge in 6th place overall. Amazing, considering he's running a revolver against the race gun.
Been able to man up with these guys, and these guys are getting quick. They got some excellent shooting going on here, so it's pretty exciting just to be a part of it. I was just pretty proud to stay in my moment and finish the way I did.
Now it's time to head home to Louisiana. And even as he enters his 60s, to get ready to do it all over again.
I'm dated material, man. My expiration date is coming up pretty soon. So I'm trying to just keep the triggers running, keep the matches flowing. So I'd rather be here than any place else. I'll be making noise somewhere.
In what's become a two-man showdown for the title, Casey Eusebio's lead over Max Michel has swelled to just over a second as the shooters head for the second-to-last stage, speed option. History is also on the line.
He and I are the only two active shooters that currently have 3 World Speed Shooting Championship titles. It's going to be an interesting finish, man. This next one here is always a little tough for everybody, so I'm just going to try to relax, like the last couple stages, relax, hit the targets, and finish strong.
Max will shoot first.
I'm ready to get into the box and get going.
And be trying to avoid the trap that even the great ones sometimes fall into when the stakes are highest. Pushing too hard.
We all have a few nervous jitters. That's just how it goes. You know, anytime you're racing at a high rate of speed and you want to do well, that's when you feel nervous. You know, it's that wanting to do well. You should have that adrenaline rush. You should have that nervousness feeling, and that's what I have at this moment.
Are you ready? Stand by. Stand by.
I had trouble with the option plate. Every run I kept missing high on the target, and then of course I had to get precious pickup shots, you know, and that just added to my time.
Stand by. Stand by.
God damn, when you hit this again. Unbelievable.
Last 3.
Stand by.
It was another stage that I had a decent run with a decent average on the course of fire, but it just wasn't good enough.
Max's total time of 11.03 seconds is only the 5th best in the match. And Casey Eusebio steps to the line with a golden opportunity to build on his lead.
Are you ready? Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by.
It's another stage win for Casey Eusebio, his 4th in 7 stages. He's added almost 7/10 of a second to his lead over Max Michel. But with the dangerous Alder Limits still to shoot, victory isn't his yet.
We'll see what happens. Never over till it's over.
With 1 stage to go in the World Speed Shooting Championship, Max Michel trails Casey Eusebio by almost 2 seconds.
Casey and I at this point have now separated ourselves 4 or 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. So it's just basically he and I.
You work on the first shot, stay loose. It's a hard one to come back from, but try to finish strong and see where it ends up.
The final stage is the notorious Outer Limits.
Everybody's got their favorite stages, but Outer Limits is one that probably isn't in your favorite stage list. Targets are ranging from 18 to 35 yards away. There's movement in it, and you're entering a box trying to hit a very small target at 20 yards. It's not easy under pressure. It's one of the more difficult courses to fire in the competition, and usually that is what decides the match.
So you need to just hit the plates.
Yeah, I know what I got to do, but...
You remember when we had the Nationals, we had, doing the stuff we talked about in mental games, just hit the freaking plates and you're the man,
Yeah, that's right.
I want to see you win this thing,
Thank you, appreciate it, man.
Casey is ahead of me at this point, but I know there's always a chance on Outer Limits. Casey goes first. I'm just expecting him to go out there and shoot anything under 4 seconds and just win the match.
Are you ready? Stand by.
He shoots his first run and it's fairly slow. He has multiple pickup
Are
shots.
you ready? Stand by.
He has another struggle in the second run, multiple pickup shots. Now I'm watching. Now I'm interested because at this point, anything can happen now. You have 2 bad runs, you still got 2 more to go. Anything can happen.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Third run, he's struggling the entire time, and with the lead that he just has to pretty much coast and he wins the match.
Stand by.
4 runs that he's not happy with. That opens up the door wide open for him. And at this moment, I'm thinking, I have a chance now.
Just wasn't ready, I guess. It's a hard stage. It's the last stage. It's nerve-wracking. He can capitalize on it definitely right now if he shoots some clean runs.
He's my buddy. I hate to see him fail, just like he doesn't want to see me fail. But if he sees me struggle, he's going to attack. If I see him struggle, I'm going to attack. That's why we're both champions. That's why we're both in this position at this very moment. I feel so good at this point. It's almost like you're a shark, man. You smell blood. You get a taste of it. You just want to grab it. It's there. It's waiting. It's sitting in front of you. Casey says, "Here, Max, take it."
It's definitely different when you're in the box, gun's loaded, watching, pressure's on, timer's about to go off. It's definitely nerve-wracking.
It's my turn. I get up to the line and I'm feeling so good. Right before the shooter ready command goes, I just get this burning feeling in my stomach. And that just lets me know that I'm alive. That's when I'm living, right then and there at that moment. And I just say, oh man, this is it. This is gonna happen. This is my time.
Are you ready? Stand by.
God. That was probably one of the worst Outer Limit first runs I've shot in years. And now I'm thinking, here I am, 3 runs left. Do I really want to be a world champion? I have 3 runs to get it done. Right now, I have to shoot all 3 runs in under 4 seconds.
Stand by.
Again, missing all over the place. So at this point, I'm thinking in the back of my head, you're probably out of it.
Stand by.
So the third run goes, I was on it. I got on the gun so fast, and I hit the target, and hit the next target, ran to the next box, hit the next 3 targets in a row. So I actually had a good run. Now I'm thinking at this point, hey, now you got a shot. So if I can go out there and just shoot one more good run on this last one, I can win the match.
Stand by.
I get up to the line, and I go to missing again. Worst feeling in the world.
It's not that I was nervous, I just wasn't hitting the plates, man. It's just how it goes sometimes. It's just how it goes. So.
You got the chance, it's in front of you, it's yours, and you just miss. And you just feel as low as you can possibly feel.
Congrats, Steve.
There's nothing else I can do but look in the mirror and just say, I just didn't make it happen.
Deserve everything I'm feeling right now, dude. It's all on me. Nobody else.
It made me really nervous. I was like, oh, he can definitely pull this out. And if it's anybody, Max would do it. He's awesome. He's always great under pressure. But people don't realize how hard it is once you get in that box, you know. You got one guy you're competing against, that's yourself. I was lucky that my score held up.
Very proud for KC and very happy for KC. There's so many great shooters here, so I don't want to sit here and sound like a sore loser and sit here and, you know, boo-hoo Max, but at the end of the day, I love my job, I love what I do, but I do it because I want to be a winner, not second place.
Hot Shots, presented by Cheaper Than Dirt, is brought to you by Cheaper Than Dirt, America's ultimate shooting sports discounter. Daniel Defense, lighter, stronger, better. Mossberg and the 930 JM Pro Series, the official shotgun of Jerry Michel. NRA Sports. And by Colt. Champion 3-gunner Clint Upchurch shoots the Colt CCR Pro.
Well, there it is. 10 episodes. They go by oh so fast. And as we begin production of Season 3 of Hot Shots, you know, we can't help but look back at some of the highlights of Season 2. And man, what a season it was. It started in San Luis Obispo, California, with Jerry Michel in pursuit of his 20th consecutive International Revolver Championship. And believe us, this was a big deal to Jerry. So that made it all the more dramatic when his firing pin broke on the first stage of the last day. You count the stage, you give him a reshoot since he never got a shot off. That was the big decision. The ruling could have gone either way, and ultimately Jerry did get the reshoot, and he went on to win. But you know what we'll remember most is that in the heat of the moment, Jerry's concern wasn't for himself. It was for his fellow competitors.
The match director came up to him and he had a ruling. It happened to be in my favor. I was asked what I thought of it, and I replied to him I didn't really care too much what my feelings were on it. I had to really think about the other 300 and something competitors there.
This is way more important to you than anybody.
Well, it's important to the 300 people that are here.
Yes. It is.
So
yeah. It is.
Everybody has to be treated the same. So if there's some discrepancy,
I think if this had happened to anybody,
anyone would get it.
Anyone
would get. I would make the same decision, and I would force my range master to have that decision.
Okay. One round would be.
Yeah. One round
totally
you were had.
Right. After we talked about it a while, I learned the facts that he actually conferred with other shooters, and they all stood there looking through the rule book. There was no objectionable moment to the whole scenario. Even the shooters who could possibly have won the match were there. There was really nothing there to deny me another shot at that stage. But it really showed the colors of the match directors, and I have to say the competitors themselves. No hard feelings there amongst anyone that I could detect, and that really made me at ease. Second chance.
And that's why Jerry Michel will always have a spot on this show as long as he can still pull a trigger, and maybe even if he couldn't. You know, the addition of Max Michel was also a big deal for us. Another great guy and a great ambassador for the shooting sports. And when he did this,
Yeah! I did it, 4.79 seconds.
You know, it was validation that we'd made a pretty darn good choice. 18 shots, 2 reloads, less than 5 seconds.
Yeah!
Oh, and 16 of the 18 shots were in the A zone. Then there's our boy Clint Upchurch. Clint. We love this guy. It was another dominant year for one of the best 3-gunners alive, but the most memorable moment easily came in his storage shed on his home range in South Carolina.
Dude, there's a snake in the building. Hang on. Watch out. Man, I'm terrified of snakes. I was reaching in there to get one of them rifle targets out. Then something moved, and I looked over and it was right beside me. No. I don't know what it is. I just got a glimpse of it. We saw a big copperhead out here a couple months ago. Spooked. I ain't sticking my hand in there, man. It come falling off that shelf and knocked over one of them paint cans. Dude, I was out. It would have took off by now. Man, it got me freaked out, dude. I don't guess I really needed 7 or 8 shells for that little snake, but I didn't know at the time, and I know if I get excited how I pull the trigger, so I figured might as well take enough to get it done. God, dude, I ain't as tough as I look. I don't like snakes. What can I tell you?
A guy who wears his emotions and his fears right there on his sleeve for the whole world to see. All right, and we'll leave you with this. You know all those perfectly crafted sound bites that you see from the guys on every episode of Hot Shots? Well, let's just call gathering those sound bites an imperfect science. Take a look, enjoy, as we say, see you next season on Hot Shots.
Ready?
Good to go?
Am I saying that right?
I don't think of a good reason really why I like it.
So how should I just kick it off?
I thought I had done.
They said, we're going to ride this horse, son.
It's my fault.
Ding, 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 ding. You can't use that. I forbid you.
The last stage, I beat, let me see, let me go back.
Dude, I can't remember.
So you want me to just talk about how we did today?
Oh, shoot, that was corny. Can I try that one more time? Or no, just leave it?
That's it. Party's over.
Follow Hot Shots TV on Facebook and Twitter for a chance at prizes that go bang. That's how we say thanks for watching.